Hey Kyle, have you had a chance to send a message or anything to Greg Van Roten or Don Tari?
GVR texted me after the game because we're both undrafted guys, and he said your player performance is about to go up way more. And I was like, yeah. When you got hurt, I was just kind of a little pumped, honestly. It's a joke, obviously, but no, those are two really key players on our team, and it's tough to see them go down because Greg was playing really well, Don Tari was playing really well, and they're two key pivotal players on our team who have been staples for the whole season. So it's tough to see them go down, but it's just part of football. So got to step up and fill the void.
Sometimes these things come in bunches, but in you guys' case this year, it's been a really slow burn. How has everyone kind of handled this loss after loss, starting with Graham and in the summer, then Cam, then...
Yeah. It's tough for those guys, but, the silver lining in it all is it's just an opportunity for another person. In my case, too, in other cases with O-linemen, and I know we just signed a couple D linemen right now, so, it's just the way that football is. It's a violent sport. It's a rough sport. People are going to get hurt, and that, unfortunately and fortunately for some people, it just creates more opportunities. So it's going to be a good opportunity for some people to step up in these positions and show what they can do.
You're 9 games in now to this season. How would you kind of assess your play? Do you feel like you've exceeded expectations? Can you get better? Where are you kind of falling in?
I don't know. I haven't really looked back on it yet. I try and take it week by week, and once the season's over, I'll kind of evaluate it and see what I need to change and see what I need to fix. I know there's things every week that I'm trying to get better on and focusing on during the week for Sundays and hopefully putting out the best product I can on Sundays. So, it's been tough the last stretch of 4 or 5 games. We're trying to piece some stuff together, and it just hasn't really worked out for us. But I know as a team we're just going to keep pushing. We're going to keep fighting. We're going to keep doing what we know how to do and try and really pull it all together as a team to get some wins at the end of the year.
To that point of keeping on fighting, and obviously numbers aren't in your favor, but you're still alive. With that said, what's the energy like at practice in the building? Is anything said? What do you do to kind of maybe spice things up a little bit?
We're professionals here. You don't got to spice it up. You just got to go play. You got to go win. You got to go do your job. And we're close, man. I keep saying it, but we're close. Every week we're pretty close. So I think we just really got to put it all together and really have good focused practices. We got to come out there with some intention, and we just got to keep that drive going. And I don't see that being lost in anybody. No one's cashing it in for sure. I know we're 5-6, and I know it's not where we wanted to be, but we got 5 games left to turn this thing around and hopefully put ourselves in a good position.
You've spoken on DJ Moore a few times, but he's up to 5th now in the NFL in receiving yards. What's making him effective?
Nothing's changed. He's just being DJ. I think maybe he's getting targeted more, I guess. I'm not sure. I don't know the numbers on that, but I think the big things for him, I guess, is 5th in yards. Is that what you're saying? Yeah. His run after the catch has been awesome. I know once he gets that ball in his hands, he's tough to tackle. And then we had that big play to him, the first touchdown, and he's just a solid receiver. He was a first-round pick for a reason. It's a really good player, and maybe he's getting more comfortable. Maybe I'm getting more comfortable with him. I don't know, but he's been playing really well.
When did you feel that comfort level with him start to gel?
When I met him in rookie minicamp 2 years ago.
Was that a confidence boosting throw for you, the deep ball you hit to DJ? You've been trying for a couple weeks to connect on those. Hadn't been there, but that one obviously was a huge point in the game too to get yourself in it.
Yeah, somewhat, I guess. I don't know. I don't really think about things like that, But I think it was a play that we needed to make at that time. 14-0 in the first quarter was not where we wanted to be at that point, but I think it was a play that we needed to make, and I was happy to see as an offense that we responded really well in those moments last week. We were down 14-0 in the first quarter. We were down by 13 at some point in the second half, and we responded and we came back and we put ourselves in position to win the game.
Do you take a certain amount of pride in the way you played Sunday? I know the frustration of the loss was an overwhelming feeling, but when you look back on just kind of the performance from start to finish.
I think the one thing I do take pride in is not turning the ball over. I think that helped us put us in position to win the game. We had that turnover on the punt, which hurt us, but then us not turning the ball over on offense as a whole, and then we get that interception in the second half, sets us up with really good field position. Just the more I play in this league, the more I understand that turnovers are a major deciding factor. So I think if there's anything to take pride in, it's that.
On the flip side, how frustrating is the red zone offense late in the game, right? Because it seems like you guys are able to move the ball and then not necessarily finish drives at the end. And when you're kind of reviewing the end of that Saints game, how tough was that to watch?
Yeah, I'm trying to think back on it. We scored in the red zone right before the second half, which was huge. We decided to go for it. They put the trust in us to go for it and get it with 2 seconds left, and we got it, which was huge. We scored in the red zone after the big play that DJ had on the 2 runs, which was good. And then just, that was a tough defensive front. The whole game, they were playing us well in the run game when we went jumbo packages and big packages. They played us really well at the goal line. And with our pass stuff, they were locked on. It's tough, man. We really want to make a play at that point, I don't know if we just struggled there at the end, We had a good game otherwise. DJ caught that ball in the back of the end zone in the red zone too. It's just, I really wish we would have made a play when it mattered down there at that point. But at the same time, I think there was somewhat of a sense of it's a tie ball game. Let's come away with points over anything else, So, yeah, I think we're frustrated a little bit that we couldn't have scored a touchdown in there at the end, but I wouldn't clump that together as red zone offense as a whole because I think for the rest of the game we did pretty well.
How did Joey come back to practice this week?
It's good. He's good. Joey's got all the confidence in the world. So do we in him.
What do you see from Washington's defense?
Washington defense, they got a really good front. They got a lot of big young guys up there. The guy they drafted this year is playing well too. Their back end plays instinctively. They make a lot of big plays and they make some plays when it matters. And you see them starting to piece it together a little bit. They got their first win last week and they're starting to figure it out a little bit. I think on that side of the ball and it's a tough defense. I know they've had their offensive struggles this year at points, but their defense has kept them in a lot of games. So we're definitely not taking them lightly. I think it's going to be a good challenge for our offense, and they do some different things that we haven't seen yet.
What's your favorite Thanksgiving food, and is it stuffing or dressing?
Stuffing. Big stuffing guy. But we'll see. Me and my girl are doing Thanksgiving by ourselves this year, so we'll see what we cook up.
All right. Thank you, guys.
Yeah.